when the sky is falling down, even when the earth is crumbling round my feet. Even when we try to say goodbye, and you can cut the tension with a knife in here. 'Cause I know it'll happen if we get through this. If the earth ends up crumbling down to its knees, and baby, it's gotta get out, it's gotta get out. If this skyscraper tumbles down and crash around, and baby, it's gotta get out, it's gotta get out.
Hey guys, Domestic Zoo 101 here, and today I'm going to be doing a video about traveling with your rats. I know in a week I have to travel with my rats and my hamster. I'm going to make a separate video for traveling with a hamster because there is a few things that are different. But I'm going to Georgia, and I live in Florida, so it's an 8-hour drive. And yeah, I did a lot of research to make sure that my rats and my hamster were going to be okay, but they wouldn't be under too much stress, and that they were going to be well taken for while on the road. So the first thing that you need to check out is that you have a appropriate carrier. I'm using my old cat's carrier. Let's see. And she was a fairly small cat, so the holes are not big enough for the rats to fit through. They're just about the size of my thumb, so it's maybe not even an inch across, and yeah. So the rats won't be able to fit in them since they have been gaining weight, because when I got them they were skinny, and I've been feeding them really well. So they're a little bit chubbier now. Another thing that you need to make sure of is that they have enough room. Of course, it's a cat carrier, so they're gonna have enough room. So yeah, just make sure that they aren't crammed together and that they can roam around in their own space. The last thing that you need to make sure in the carrier is that the lock is good enough. See this lock, you just press these two down, put it in, and these things come out the top and the bottom, and it locks in. So I don't need to worry about rats roaming around a moving vehicle. So yeah, first thing is a carrier. The next thing is the bedding inside of the carrier. Here I have a fleece, it's snowflakes, even though it's summer, I don't really care. I recommend towels or fleece, just so that the rats aren't uncomfortable, and since it does have holes in it, you can't really put their normal bedding, because it'll get through the holes and then make a mess in your car, and I'm pretty sure that you or your parents don't want that. Next thing is food. I recommend bringing just a ceramic dish, plopping it in there somewhere with a few pellets if it's for a long ride, and I mean, like, it depends on how long you're going to be traveling. If it's a long ride, such as 8 to 10 hours, I would recommend giving them the whole bowl. Maybe not the whole, the whole bowl. And if it's only going to be 3 to 4 hours, just a few pellets, depending on how many rats you have, of course. And yeah, just to make sure that they aren't hungry. Next thing is water. Of course, you can't attach a water to the cage because it can hurt your rat, and it will get all over the carrier, which will end in a disaster and some pretty sick rats. So I recommend doing cucumber or a few grapes or any watery types of vegetables or fruits, and that will keep them hydrated long enough so when you get to your destination you can set up their cage and they can drink out of their water. And just to make sure, bring an extra water bottle, put it in your cooler with all of your other drinks. Of course, since you're going on a car ride, that's what most people do. And just make sure that you have an extra water bottle in case they aren't hydrated enough, and then you can give them water in there. Next thing is air conditioning / heat in your car. If you are going to have your rat in the back with your luggage, make sure that it is secure enough so that it won't slide around when you are driving, and if it's going to be in between your legs, make sure that there isn't any drafts so that your rat will get really cold. Make sure that if you are traveling in the winter, make sure that your heat is working, or if you're traveling in the summer, make sure your air conditioning is working. And if you're traveling in the winter, I recommend getting those PetSafe heating pads, I think they're called, heating sacks, whatever, and they can stay warm for up to like 24 hours, so your rats can snuggle into those if it's cold. And time, check on them every few hours so that you make sure they are okay, they're hydrated, and they're behaving as normal. Hotels. If you're going to be staying in a hotel overnight, make sure that your rat is allowed in there. Because I know hotels like Red Roof Inn allow rats to stay in rooms. So yeah, just check with the person at the front desk to make sure that your rat is allowed in that hotel. And the last one is extra supplies such as medication, water, food, and bedding. Medication is just in case your rat all of a sudden gets sick and you need to immediately give it something. Water, food, all of that. Like I said, make sure you have an extra water bottle in case they don't have enough water in them. And I forgot one more last thing, that you should put a couple of treats in the cage. These are just pet cookies. So yeah, make sure to carry treats so that they don't get bored, and if they do get bored, you can just give them a few treats. By the way, I recommend these. These are like, I think they're called hamster cookies, but they're absolutely amazing, and you can feed them to your rat. So, yeah. Okay, came back. So yeah, that was traveling with your rats, and I hope you guys watch my next video, and I guess I'll see you later.